Subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon and never miss an update from Latestly.
With her spunk, with her style, as indeed with her creativity, as well as with her comments on social media, she packs a solid punch. And now she is the brand ambassador of ITM Institute of Design and Media, where she will be seen enhancing creativity and help students pursue a career in designing.
That's
Masaba
right.
Gupta,
That's right.
thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, yet another feather in your hat, so to speak.
Well, I mean, I think it's a very different kind of feather because I haven't ever done something of this kind before where I actually mentor students and help them and guide them. I think I'm still learning, so it's very exciting for me, but it's a different kind of feather and I'm very excited to see. It's a challenge because when you guide people, you also take responsibility for them. So I'm very excited to see what I can do and what the students have to say.
How do you keep the artist in you alive? How do you keep the creative person within you challenge all the time?
I think by always doing things slightly out of my comfort zone, you know. So we do a lot of, we venture into design in lots of different categories that aren't necessarily my forte. So I like doing that. It's scary, but it's also exciting because you never know what might come out. Secondly, I always protect my creativity. I mean, above everything else, it's very important to give your creative mind enough rest and also keep it engaged enough and keep it moving, but also not give it too much pressure and flack. So I think that for me is very important.
Students are always enthusiastic. They are filled with energy. They want to learn new things and absolutely excited about it. But you have been in the industry for so long, so sometimes you have to take a backseat. You have to relax a bit. So how are you going to keep these two mixtures and convey the message to the young minds?
I think for me, I mean, I learned from them. I mean, their energy, like you said, enthusiasm is contagious. And for me, it's difficult because sometimes you hit a creative block or sometimes you get really tired of doing the same thing.
Correct.
You know, it's been 10 years for me this year. And I just feel like when it comes to me, I always take much more of time off from design than required because, and it's something I've started practicing in the last 1 year. And I would also tell my students this, that it's very important that they take time off because going in and punching constantly and making everything about work is not a good approach at all. It leads to a burnout, and as you know, we're the burnout generation. So it's very important for us to take a step back, and that's how I nurture everything, I think.
Masaba, your mother made some really bold choices, both personally as well as professionally. Did that help you grow as a child? Did that help you develop a different vision to see the world perhaps, and that gets reflected in your creations?
Yeah, it made me much more fearless, I think. It made me much more open to, and you know, the thing is, she's so honest and she's so like upfront. It made me fearless in the way I speak my mind, in the way I, you know, function as a designer, as a creative individual. I just realized that jo hona hai, waise bhi hone wala hai, so just do what you love. So I learned that from her. And that helps my design because if you see, my designs are very laid back. They're super fearless, they're very individualistic. So she's the inspiration for that.
In one of your interviews, you have categorically mentioned that in most of your young years, you spent with your father. So, have certain motives come from that part of the world, the Caribbean charisma?
Well, not motives, but a lot of color palettes and a lot of the treatment I use for my designs come from the Caribbean. Not just the Caribbean, but I think I have a very, very soft side for Africa and for tribes. So, you'll see that pop up in my collection all the time.
Right. Who, according to you, is the best dress personality in Bollywood, the most stylized or stylish?
Sonam Kapoor and Ranveer Singh.
And because?
Because Sonam, I think, one, you can put her in anything and she just carries it off. She could be in a sack and she'll look good. She's like a clothes horse. And then Ranveer, because, I mean, no holes barred, can wear anything and make it fly.
Okay. Thanks a lot for talking to us and all the best.
Thank you so much
for this endeavor of yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Joining me now, the CEO of ITM Institute of Design and Media, Mr. Neena Gupta. Thanks a lot for joining us, sir.
Thank you for having me.
The obvious one. I mean, Masaba Gupta has been roped in as a brand ambassador of your institute. What are the elements of her personality that are in sync with the ideology of your institute?
Well, if you look around you, and hopefully you have some pictures of my campus that we've just set up in Andheri in Mumbai.
This one is also.
We built a campus that is quirky, that is different, that is unlike a campus. We didn't want to create yet another institution. And when we decided that we needed an industry ambassador, a brand ambassador, we decided we wanted someone who was not your normal everyday designer. And I think the choice was almost clear that there was only one name that we really could brainstorm. We said we want Masaba.
Especially when it comes to breaking norm.
Yes, exactly. And the fact that Masaba is a designer who doesn't do bridal or who doesn't do the traditional stuff that all the designers are in India are supposed to do. This is someone who can make a kilt or a kimono and it's suddenly the hottest thing that everybody wears. So it's just surprising what she can do. And we thought that association and the fact that she started at 19. She's probably no more than 29 years old. I don't know. And at an extremely young age, she's managed to grow so fast that it's naturally an inspiration for anybody who says, "I want to be a fashion designer." Well, why don't you be like Masaba? So that was our choice.